Rennie Good was a gifted soul, a writer and a poet and a mother, wow. She tried to hit an agent with her car, oh no! Pop motherfucker, now she's gone! Yeah! Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. You fuck around and find out it's what it is. Jeffrey Pretty was a Jewish homo. Started talking shit to protect a chomo. He was getting nicked when he pulled a gun. Bam, motherfucker, now you're gone. Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with a septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. Fuck around and find out what that is.
You know, every time I hear that song, it just gets better and better and better to me. It's so catchy. It's kind of like an earwig, right? It walks with you through the day. Do you find yourself saying that? Yeah, I love it. I do. I just think it's a brilliant piece of music. So brilliant. Here it is again.
Rennie Good was a gifted soul, a writer and a poet and a mother, wow. She tried to hit an agent with her car, oh no! Pop motherfucker, now she's gone! Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. You fuck around and find out it's what it is. Jeffrey Pretty was a Jewish homo. Started talking shit to protect a chomo. He was getting nicked when he pulled a gun. Bam, motherfucker, now you're gone. Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with a septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. Fuck around and find out what that is.
I have to admit it. That song puts me in a good mood. Hey, listen, I want to do, and of course, hey, kind of be casual today. I'm kind of casual today. In fact, I got to get on the tractor and dig. Finally, on family land getting cleaned up, believe it or not, from Hurricane Helene. It's been that long. Some of these stumps that have to come out from these ripped up trees. Imagine having an 8-ton excavator. Let's just call it, this is a big ass excavator. And even just picking some of these ancient stumps up out of the ground, it struggles every bit it does to handle that. And so we're pretty close to the last wave of cleanup. It has taken 2.5 years. Wow. Finally starting to look healed again from just all the devastation. So I'm casual, right? I like hydraulics. Just watching the machines work, right? Taking big chunks out of mountains, and you have to, re-put land because the super floods even cut channels that were 10 or 15 feet deep and 30 feet wide, and you're having to rebuild it all, having to repack it all. But I love watching the machines work. And truthfully, I can run all the machines, whether it be the dozers or the excavators, or the material handlers or whatever the case may be. So there's a part of me that loves that sometimes, just to to get out in the equipment and move. But anyway, hey, I want to show you something before we get started, if I can. The other day on the program, I forgot to show you something that was very important. And so you may have thought the program was over and you clicked off. And I popped right back in because it was important to what we were talking about. I just got to, talking and missed doing it. I want to show you something. This immigration issue in our country is being weaponized and tearing us apart. But I want to show you something because it's a great visual depiction of just how bad this is and how dangerous it is. So I'm going to show you the United Kingdom. You're going to see basically an animation. And every little black dot you see, that's like one little person walking. I want you to understand that represents 100 people. So every one of these little bitty mites or fleas or whatever you want to call it looks like cockroaches flooding into the UK. I'll play this for you a couple of times. It's really short. I want you to understand a few things. You're looking at Obama through 2023 end. Just what happened in the UK. Then on the other side, I want you to understand it's almost an equal depiction of what happened to our country exclusively under Biden. So you got it? So what you're watching is the years when Obama came into office through 2023. Every little black dot is basically 100 people in a row. Okay? And through those years of taking over the UK and doing it, and they learn, you're watching also almost equally the faucet that Biden opened during his administration. Check this out. Literally, that is the illegal invasion just into the UK. Look at that. That's just the UK. That is from Obama through 2023. And I'm just going to let it keep on playing here. That is a visual depiction of all the illegal immigrants and where they came from, where they flooded them from, into the UK. You can see how bad that is. This is almost exactly what happened during the Biden administration alone in the United States. And yes, Red Ryder, yeah, Red Ryder says this is fucking disgusting. And you're right. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Right? Absolutely horrific. Red Ryder, look at you. Cute redhead. I have a soft place for redheads. And good luck on your root canal, by the way. This is like fleas, like cockroaches. It is an infestation. You're not looking at immigration. You're looking at just the illegal part of this bed bug infesting. And when you think about all that time, 2008 to 23, 24, that's exactly almost the infestation that happened in our country through the Biden era. See, I think people can't understand it. Now, we've done this math before. I did it in battalions. I did it in city replacement. And then they tell you that replacement theory is crap. It's a conspiracy. It's all this stuff. That's the joke. Anyway, folks, today's program is brought to you by the fine folks at Goldco. Here's what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to go to jovanlovesgold.com. I just want you to request your free gold and silver kit today because now's the time to protect your money with gold and silver. And by the way, that is good. They're going to switch to digital economy. Look, this is all happening. This is all happening. And you got to understand how gold and silver play into this. You really do. Don't put it off. Just request the information. Just request the information. Anyway, we're going to talk about this chaos in America. Is America dying behind us? I just want to ask a generic question. Do you think this chaos is organic? Or, a little bit of twist here, do you think that a large section of the United States of America population has been infected and that infection has now taken hold? There will be some things we watch today which will be a little bit tough, but you have to see it to understand it. Share this program. Got 3 minutes. Let's get going.
Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The historic Maricopa County full forensic audit effort processed 20,895,610 digital and forensic images of varying formats, resulted in 208 million individual evidence-proof files. The system processed over 58 billion forensic measurements, resulting in over 2 trillion individual base computations. No hopium, no hype, just hardcore forensic evidence. Please make sure the Maricopa County Full Forensic Audit Archives survive. Donate now. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence.
Warning. The following program has been rated Dilligaf and is intended for open-minded audiences. If the truth offends you, or if you are allergic to focused intensity, intellectual athleticism, or the occasional F-bomb or even irreverent humor, please switch off now. If your delicate sensibilities need to be worried about or addressed, might we recommend the Underwater Basket Weaving channel to you? Otherwise, sit back, enjoy the wisdom, insight, and wicked sense of humor.
Cut the crap. How many times a day do you want to say that to politicians, the elite, the loony liberals, the fake news media, and the gender-confused emotional socialist snowflake crowd? Cut the crap is your secret weapon for fighting for our freedoms and our great republic. It all begins with a massive mental enema, freeing you from the toxic news and politically correct views, which constipate your consciousness with stinking thinking. Your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer. He's known for calling out politicians and telling them to cut the crap. You've seen him on virtually every television network and listened to him on Coast to Coast Radio. And now he's here to help you learn to fight for America. Culture, race, and American politics. They all have one thing in common. They all need to cut the crap. Now, here's your host, Jovan Hutton Pulitzer.
Okay, folks, look, we're just going to take a look at our precious country. And is it dying because of this chaos? Is this chaos organic? That's what I'm asking. Is this chaos organic? Which I don't believe it is. I know you don't either. But the other part of it is this, are we at the point where a significant portion of the United States of America, a large portion of people have bought into it, and it's just fait accompli. It's just done. Now, one of the things you have to understand about taking over society, because this has been a plan in process for decades, 70 years. When it's done very slowly, people adopt it as values. They adopt values that kill their very country. That's kind of where we are. And you also have to understand, this is why it's so hard. And I think if you get this, one point, you'll understand why it's so hard. Think about your love for the United States of America, and think about your love for our freedoms, our liberties, and how hard you fight to protect it and to know what's going on. You know, my job is to make you the smartest patriot in the room. And I believe if you don't know how the system does it to you, you can't, do something about it. You can't fix it because you just don't understand. So think about how convicted you are. And then somebody comes up to you and tells you America is white supremacy and racist, right? How you would feel with that. And you would swear on your life. That's bullshit. I want you to understand, I think this is very important. I want you to understand the left holds their belief system the same. The left holds their belief systems the same. Nobody's going to convince you out of yours, and you're not going to convince them out of theirs. Now, that takes a very, very, very long time to get to that process of things anchored in, which basically means the only way to get through this mess is the one thing that they don't want us to do. They don't want us to dialogue, talk, share, right? They need us to be enemies. If we're fighting, we're closed off and it's never going to get through. Ever. Right? And so that's one of the key things I want you to understand. If we're fighting, we are never, ever going to get through to anybody on the other side. I just want you to keep that in mind for today's program. As much as we hate some of the stuff that's going on, I want you to understand it. Now, it's all based on ignorance, 100% of it. And it starts with young minds. Don't think old minds are not immune. But it starts with young minds. And the first key is to make young minds oblivious. Here's something from the UK. Listen to this dialogue.
What do you think about Brexit?
What's that? Like,
Where we're leaving the European Union.
I seriously don't have a
So, like,
clue.
it was to leave the EU, so we wouldn't be part of Europe.
EU,
Which would mean, like,
definitely.
welfare and, like, things we trade with would be cut down.
So does that mean we won't have any trees?
Cheese?
Trees?
Oh.
No, that's got nothing to do with it, babe. That's weather.
trees?
We're just not in the European Union. We're still classed as like being in Europe.
Doesn't it mean it would be harder to, like, go to, like, Spain and stuff?
So it'd be harder to go on holidays?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I love my holidays.
Yeah.
Oh, I love my holidays. It'd be harder to go to holidays. Now, this is a good look at the young mind. I'm going to play it for you again. This is the young mind trying to reason through these things and how they judge.
What do you think about Brexit?
What's that? Like,
Where we're leaving the European Union.
I seriously don't have a
So,
clue.
like, it was to leave the EU, so we wouldn't be part of Europe.
EU,
Which would mean, like,
definitely.
welfare and, like, things we trade with would be cut down.
So does that mean we won't have any trees?
Cheese?
Trees?
Oh.
No, that's got nothing to do with it, babe. That's weather.
trees?
We're just not in the European Union. We're still classed as like being in Europe.
Doesn't it mean it would be harder to, like, go to, like, Spain and stuff?
So it'd be harder to go on holidays?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I love my holidays.
Yeah.
So that one, I think, gives you a good glimpse of the chaos. Remember, the only thing are facts and truth. And you got to present truth in a way that people can connect it to their values. Does that make sense? In all of this fight that all of us are in, you've got to find a way to connect with people based on their values, how they're looking at it. It's the only way we can get through this. And I know that pains you just to listen to that level of ignorance, but I want to show you some of this level of ignorance, because you got to understand all of this chaos we're seeing is manufactured. I'm just worried that I now see a portion of the population that may have, in fact, gotten to the point of no return. And it's not just young people, it infects old people as well. Watch this, and then watch the older woman's eyes when she finally realizes what's being said.
Oh, look at this. This is embarrassing.
How old are your granddaughters?
They are 6 and 8.
Would you support them to get hormone blockers to become the other gender?
I would absolutely support them to get hormone blockers.
If your granddaughter came to you and wanted to get a tattoo, what would you say?
That would be more difficult.
Really? Why tattoos?
There's just something so permanent about it.
Permanent?
It's pretty permanent. It's very difficult to get them lasered off or removed.
You don't think it's like permanent to change your gender?
They're so stupid.
You see when it finally dawns? That grandmother making a political decision. I can't seem to get my glasses clean this morning. Can be for all things because she's been told it's politically correct. When used to apply to her actual family in an analogy form, you watch it go bang. And you watch it hit, right? You watch it hit her like a ton of bricks when you actually see the truth. I'm going to show you another one of these. Imagine somebody's young son thinking they're politically correct. I'm on the right side of history. All the brainwashing. I'm participating. I'm protesting. I'm whatever it is. And then with very simple logic, you watch as their whole world becomes tumbling down because it's a very simple discussion and it's just playing it back at them. Now, I want to show you one little video before I show you this one. There's a fellow out there. His name's Josh. You're going to watch this video. You're going to love it. He's as gay as they come, right? I don't know if we'd call him a bear. He's an okay-looking guy, but he's as gay as they come. But he's a powerful conservative. Now, what he does is he uses this psychology of the left psychology, because he can pull it off and present it, and all he does is flip it right at the end. Now, the one I'm going to show you of him, and you should follow him. If I could ever get on the program, right, I will. He's very funny. He's just brilliant. But the reason I want to show you this particular one is because I want you to understand the system has taught you to shut the fuck up. You can't judge. And if you judge, you're shameful, and don't judge anything. And to believe the most ridiculous things. Watch this little trolling he does at an event at a church.
Who is that? Who's there?
I work here. What you need?
Okay. I'm Shaniqua, and I'm looking for the Center of Identity and Inclusion.
You here?
I am?
Yeah.
Okay, when does Black Girl Talk start? Is it at 4?
Yeah, it started at 4.
Okay, are you guys still accepting speakers?
Yeah. Who's speaking?
I am.
You speaking?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about my experience as a black woman.
Bro, you ain't black. You's a white
Excuse me, bigot? I am in no way, shape, or form associated with any whiteness or Caucasiandom. I am a black woman.
No.
I was assigned white skin at birth by my parents' bigoted doctor, but I identify as a black woman.
No.
You're not transphobic, are you?
No. What? No, bro. You white.
Okay, so I was assigned white skin, but I identify as transpigmented. So are you still accepting speakers? I wanted to talk.
Whatever, yeah. But you need to hurry because it started at 4, like I said.
Oh, okay, can you just walk me in? I don't feel comfortable going in alone as a black woman in a mostly white space. And I identify as blind.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you. What's your name? I'm Shaniqua.
So hilarious. He flips it back on them. Most of them just kind of freak out and get angry. And in that particular one, the lady, because she's so entrenched in that culture and you've got to accept and you can't push back and, well, you'll be racist if you do, he uses it on them. Now that you've seen that, I want to show you how indoctrinated our beautiful young children can be. One, to either think they're trans or whatever the case may be. But more importantly, just simple logic, not yelling, not screaming, just simple logic can crumble. Somebody's saying he's not gay. I heard he actually was gay, but it doesn't matter. Have him crumble his whole system of what he believes. You're going to watch this occur organically. This one dialogue, I think, forever changes this kid's life.
We need y'all to get out of here with your sign.
What do you mean? Oh, you have borders on this campus?
No, we have this space reserved as an official event.
Yeah, so you have borders. Where's your borders at?
This whole green area right here.
Oh, so you want to control who comes in and out, like an ICE agent or a border patrol agent? You wouldn't dare act like a fascist, would you? You have beautiful green eyes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I take pride in my eyes. They are very nice. So I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah. So I would really encourage you on a rally on a campus. This is an event for sanctuary campuses. You probably shouldn't act like a fascist border patrol agent. You should take down your borders and let whoever wants on the space, okay? Why is your lip quivering? Because you've been called out on how you're acting exactly like how you don't, what you're advocating against. You're acting just like them. So if you believe in illegal aliens allowing to have sanctuary on this campus, put your money where your mouth is, leave me alone, and let me have sanctuary on this campus, okay? Thank you for your time. I appreciate it, Green Eyes. Is yours here?
I think I'm just well.
You think you're an organizer? You don't know? They just handed you a vest?
No, I'm wearing it with a responsibility.
Okay, what responsibility do you have today?
Keeping people safe.
Keep people safe? Okay, I trust you.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that.
You don't want him talking to me, do you? Why can't he talk to me? You don't tell people what to do with their bodies, do you? We're not doing that today, right? Oh, look at that. Look at that glare. You're bringing that they-them energy.
I think that young boy wearing a dress, septum ring, all that other stuff, I think she permanently changed his life. You can see everything that he thought was doing right, that he got it, that, oh shit, that is what we're doing. I believe what you see in that is the formula of how we're going to win. And when I mean win, that means cool the tensions down and think clearly. Now I'm going to tell you what I 100% what I believe is going on. right now, there is only one play that they're focusing on. So when I say they, you call it deep state, call it bad actors, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. They need our country to get fed up with each other, meaning us in the country. They need people pushed to the limit that they get in the streets and they start shooting each other. The reason they need that is because in order to make it final in conquering the United States of America, they must get our guns. Okay? So I want you to understand, above anything else, this is why I tell people to focus on elections. Don't look at all this bait and switch stuff that'll have you riding that emotional roller coaster. The emotional roller coaster is what the system needs you to do. It needs you to put into total chaos all of the chemicals in your brain and your heart and your soul and your body and everything else till you finally can't take it and you break. They need that. And they need a few areas to erupt into gunfire. Now, I think we're right at that powder keg. I really do. And it's planned. So I'm telling you as a patriot, when you hear somebody on their podcast, we got to get in the streets, we got to get our guns, we got to hang them, we got to string them up. Those are paid agent provocateurs that are designed to make the system break. No, we don't. We need to talk with calmness and reason, just like you saw her do. But the one play that will surely kill the United States of America, there's only one play that kills everything, is they must get our guns. And to do that, they have to make the Second Amendment fall. They can't make it fall unless people in the streets are pulling out their guns, killing each other. Period. And I'll give you an example. If left and right got in the street fighting each other, whoever shot first and is immediately involved in that, they have to have it out. I'm even telling you, no, number one, you shouldn't even be in the street to begin with. See, if you're in the street knowing the fight's coming, you've been suckered in. And they must have that. They can't have that if you don't put yourself there. They need it. Right? And so when you think you're going to show up with your guns, just like it's what they do on the left, posing, I got my guns, I'm badass. The right does the same thing. But when those hammers start falling, you fuck the rest of us. If you were truly a patriot, right? What you would do is you would worry about your front damn door, your back damn door, or your land. That's it. See, here's what you got to understand. When they can coax you to get out into the street, technically you're breaking the law. They will always be able to spin, you're the agitator. You know why they'll always be able to spin, you're the agitator? Because they control the media. So when you cross that threshold with your gun and you get in the streets, you are literally buying into their plan. And you're fucking the rest of us Americans. Doesn't make you brave that you're in the street with your gun at a flashpoint. Does not. It actually makes you a fucking stupid idiot. However, what you have the legal right to do, and when you exercise it, won't take away the rest of our guns, is defend your castle. See, they want you to come out. Everything's leading to get you out to where this chaos is. Because, see, then they can paint you as a terrorist killing peaceful protesters, mostly peaceful protests. And you've already seen it. The formula is there. So what you have to do is you have to have the moral fortitude and strength and emotional maturity to stand at your door. And when they breach that threshold, you have every right within the law, and we won't lose our Second Amendment. But there's this complication. And the complication of all this bullshit bravado with no responsibility, bullshit bravado. I got to get in the streets. We got to hang them up. I went and bought rope. I buy a guillotine. We got to get in the streets with our guns. We got to go out. We got to get our militia together. We got to show our guns. All you're fucking doing is creating news to say that the right's fucking whack in a powder keg. But see, those people that have been, broadcasting to you conservatively daily doing this shit, they're in on it. That's their job. Don't fall for it. The way we win when it comes to your gun is at our threshold. But when it comes to making sure we never get to that, it's through knowledge and communication, not bullshit bravado. Don't dress up in fucking camos. How fucking stupid is that? You don't even understand the cause and effect of that. Let me give you an example. If regular farmers were in the streets, right? And the farmers were in the streets and it all squabbled out, yeah, they would still do their newscast and they'd still paint conservatives bad, right? Here's what they won't have by law. And this is where you don't understand law and you need to understand it. When you and all your buddies dress up in camo, and you put your little play flak jackets on, and then you go out in the street, do you know what the difference is that you just became in the eyes of the law? You became a raised, organized army. You became a raised, organized army. They want you to do that. That's why in the January 6th stuff, when you look at the provocateurs, we're all in camo. They need that so they can say, you were a combatant. You were a raised army. So you don't even understand the simplest aspects of law, right? And then, okay, you're in camo pants and a white fucking t-shirt. So you hit half of your body, dumbass? No, they need you to make these stupid mistakes. How do they infiltrate our side? They dress like us. They need you to make these stupid mistakes. And you got a lot of hot-head egos out there that want to prove how brave they are, how bravado are, what a much taught macho guy I am. And they get their buddies and they role play. That can end it for all of us. Once again, this is how we win.
We need y'all to get out of here with your sign.
What do you mean? Oh, you have borders on this campus.
No, we have this space reserved as an official event.
Yeah, so you have borders. Where's your borders at?
This whole green area right here.
Oh, so you want to control who comes in and out. Like an ICE agent or a border patrol agent. You wouldn't dare act like a fascist, would you? You have beautiful green eyes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I take pride in my eyes. They are very nice. So I appreciate the compliment.
Yeah. So I would really encourage you on a rally on a campus. This is an event for sanctuary campuses. You probably shouldn't act like a fascist border patrol agent. You should take down your borders and let whoever wants on the space, okay? Why is your lip quivering?
So she changed that young man's life, who's very confused, who swears he's on the right side of history. I just wanted to show you that. That's how we win. There are only two things in the United States right now that matter. And hear me out. It's not child trafficking, even as bad as it is. And we got to protect the children, or drugs across the border, or LTP, JQ, or trans. It's none of that. It's two things. Everything's driven by our elections and who we put in office, who are playing us, just like the Southern Poverty Law Center. And the one thing they've got to get to the powder keg point is our Second Amendment. They've got to get rid of the guns. They've got to criminalize you on a gun. They're going to give you X amount of days to turn it in, right? You're registered, and then they're going to go door-to-door arresting you. It's going to be a hell of a bloodbath if we get to that point. That's what they're playing for. Nothing else matters. If a single person goes to jail for the Epstein shit, we still have this problem. If a single government official is found raping kids, killing kids, we still have this problem. If Hillary goes to prison for her email server shit, we still have this problem. If churches go down for bringing in illegals and skimming money, we still have this problem, because it all goes back to elections. And the one thing they're after is our Second Amendment. That is the one thing that changes our country, its face. If they get that, we're done. And so that's why I want to carefully and meticulously kind of walk through this. And I'm going to show you some things here that piss you off. And when you look at the actors who are doing this, it's the most ignorant, vulnerable, susceptible among us, right? When you look at these people that become the most militant, those are the weakest minds, outside the ones that are podcasters. You're get our guns, we're going to hang them. Those are paid. Those are paid agitators to end America. But when you look at the people that are actually doing it in the streets, these are people that truly believe in their souls they're doing what's right. That young boy truly believes he's doing what's right. He's on the right side of the history, and they're doing this, and they're doing this protest for and making it a sanctuary cabinet. They believe what they're doing, which basically means if they believe what they're doing, the only way we get through is simple conversation, sharing, and relating, and you can watch their belief systems break away. It is not by brute force. It's by intellectual ability. That's why I've told you this battlefield is 1/2 inch long, right there, right through your forehead. Now, I'm going to show you how this infects weaker minds. This is a lady that walked into a convenience store, basically said, I'm demanding the money. The clerk in the store wasn't going to do it. And she just proceeded to shoot. Okay, you probably saw this week. So here she walks in. She just pulls her gun. She says, open that cash register. Give me that. He doesn't really do it. Okay, he tries to hide. There he ducks. He ducks down. She shoots. She says, I told you to open the fucking cash register. He's running. Boom, boom, boom. She shoots again. She shoots him. She walks out. Okay, that's in Maryland. I'll play it for you again. She just walks in, pulls a gun, right? Tells him to open the cash register. He's terrified. Not going to do it. Tries to duck. She shoots him when he's down. He tries to run. She shoots him again. She doesn't kill him. And she leaves. This is in Maryland. Just happened. Now, I want to show you how this woman believes what she's doing is okay. And you can tell she's one of the ones that is just infected, fucking gone. That's where the zombieism takes off first. So after she did that and made the news, she gets on social media and does this.
Hey, loves. So it is, I jumped off the porch. I know y'all looking for me. I would like to report a crime, officer. The Maryland police, you're looking for me. It's me. I'm the one that did the shooting at the gas station. The Most High God, I just want you to know you have no authority on my earth. Put your badges down. I'm getting ready to rob something right now. Because I need money for gas. Because I'm going to go burn something down. I want you to know I don't buy things. I don't pay for anything. Everything I do, I steal. I walk in the store. I steal everything. I shot that man because he has a demon spirit. And he laughed in my face and thought it was funny. I bet he ain't laughing now. Yeah, I'm of sound mind. Demons have you convinced that they have all the power and authority on this earth, and they have these pigs that uphold it and make you believe that they're so powerful. But if they're so powerful, then they should have no problem catching me, because I'm about to walk into a Starbucks. Hopefully I don't even have to pull out my gun and tell the person to give me some money so that I can go burn something down tonight. Something, maybe the power company, maybe DHS, something. You have no authority on my earth. I am the Most High God, the creator of this matrix, and you have no authority. My husband, Jesus, is here. I am of sound mind and body. I've been working myself up to this point, and I'm about to step into my power. You have no authority on my earth. Pigs, put the badge down or go to hell. I should be easy to catch. It's 2026. Catch me if you can. Guess what I just did? I got $40. Thanks, Starbucks. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to use it for something. Yes, I am armed and dangerous. What are you going to do? They're going to try to convince you that I'm just crazy or that I'm lying and I'm not God. But if I'm not God, and I'm just crazy, you should have no problem apprehending your suspect. I don't have my mug shot yet, but I meant the camera shot of it, but I'm pretty sure they're going to put it in a news article. I am God of this earth. This is my planet. And you have no authority at all. Good day. So I had no idea when they told me that I can do whatever I want to do. And I didn't understand that. And they've been told me that. But just the other day, like y'all seen me when I last made videos, I was having a breakdown thinking I'm about to die. I was going through some type of change. Then all of a sudden I'm like, it's time. So I get up and I get the courage up. I walk into one store, I can't do it. So I'm like, because I'm about to rob somebody, because I'm about to go burn something tonight. Long story short, I can do whatever I want to do on this earth, and nobody has power or authority over me. Not the police, not anyone. And I'm going to show you that I'm God, because they have no power over me. They can put bulletins. The FBI could be looking for me. When I'm done on my crime spree, they're going to be looking for me for real. And they can't do nothing about it.
Now, I played that for you because rarely do we have the ability to study these minds. And it's just like in forensics. You know, you don't want to kill the serial killer. The serial killer alive and dialoguing and learning from him or her is far more valuable to mankind. Now, I think we can agree, even though she said she was of sound mind, she was not of sound mind. Can we agree on that? So I think you can see the mental illness involved in it. And she's using this rage. You owe me. It's this. It's right. That's rage. Now, I do want to give you a report. The local Maryland police tested her ability as God to break out of the handcuffs they put her in. And that particular God couldn't do it. And yes, they caught her. But the reason I show you that is mental illness is the tie. Mental illness is the tie. The system is designed to take people who are having mental problems, just like the people get the news. I did the gallows, has a history of having to take antipsychotic drugs. And when they're off their drugs, they do stupid ass things. True thing. Telling you we're getting the streets, get your guns. Yeah. It's the weakest minds that get infected. So you have to understand this is they're playing a mind game to control people. They don't want to go beat you on the head with it. They want you to conquer yourself because it's easier. But see, that's where you do have control over your life. You have to decide if you're going to be conquered or not. But they go after the weakest minds. Now, what they do with a weak mind is this empowerment of a weak mind when they believe, and that's why I told you, they're just as strong in their beliefs as you are in your beliefs. The people feel invincible and they could do anything. Okay? They could do anything. And it's in that you can do anything and you're on the right side of history, which takes the weak minds and makes them do stuff that's technically against the law, like hitting people, like smacking people in the head with things or whatever. Now, the left does this with weak minds because they will push these weak minds to provoke solid minds. And eventually, the prodding, the pushing, the attacking will break even the most sound mind because you can get to your limit too. So I want to show you how this works. So here is a person, both people practicing their rights, freedom of speech, protest. One thinks they have the right to attack people, to shut people down. The other one's quietly expressing their First Amendment right. But I want you to watch how this interaction works. Because in this grand deception, you're seeing good and evil needs weak minds to cross a very small line. They need it. Watch this.
What's it like to find a pedophile shit, bro?
Hey, guys.
Okay. What went wrong? Who was in the right? Who was in the wrong? Put it in chat. Who was in the right? Who was in the wrong? Now, obviously, you saw the kid blaring a siren in his ear, which is a form of attack. You saw the kid berating him with the loud sound, 120 decibels, which can be damaging to your ears. You saw the kid even push him with the horn, right? You saw the guy try to walk away and the kid even going into the street. The guy having enough and stabbing and then knocking the shit out of the kid. But did you take in the whole picture? See, this is why you have to understand what this is designed to do. You think this is, and a part of this is fuck around and find out. But I want to show you how they were both wrong in the eyes of the court. And it's where we've got to stand our ground, right? And yes, they were attacking him, but I want you to watch. Did you catch the differences? Watch again.
Yeah, bro. Take the first spot. All right.
Okay. I want you to tell me, one, where'd it go wrong? Two, how do you know this was a setup? It's all in front of you. Where did it go? One, yes, you're saying, yeah, he was trying to walk away. You're right. The other guy was pursuing him. You're right. You're 100% right. He said, don't touch me. You are right. But you still missed something. He missed, the guy with the flag missed what it was designed to do. Let me play it for you again. You've got the agitators on one side of the street. You got the patriots on the other side of the street. This guy, you're saying he's in the right, but hang on. You got to understand these subtle differences. Number one, he does have the right to defend himself. But a judge, a court, and everything else is going to look at the whole picture. On one side of the street, you have the patriots that had lined up. On this side of the street, you had a much relative smaller group of people protesting. This guy decided to go across the street and march amongst them with the American flag. Now, what he didn't notice when he took that step, was the embedded reporter with a camera, and they needed this to happen. Watch again.
Yeah, bro. Take the first spot. All right. Come on, motherfucker!
Hey, guys.
He's in the right to defend himself. That kid with the bullhorn was, in fact, attacking and pursuing him. But you're missing the point. The point you're missing is he crossed the street. He went among them, which basically kind of also puts him in an agitator row. That's the difference between being a protester and an agitator. He went into the mouth of it, but he didn't even notice the guys running around with multiple cameras. That's what these people get paid for. Did he express his freedom of speech? Yeah. Did he fuck every conservative out there because it makes it look like MAGA people were with flags or volatile? Yes. Did it make it look like we go to swinging, knocking people out? We're the aggressors? Yes. Do you understand the difference? And oh, by the way, by law, the guy with the flag made first physical contact. Why? Because when he swapped back with his arm and he hit that guy's arm with the bullhorn, he was actually the first one to aggress by law. Now, when you analyze this and you understand where it goes wrong, right? There is provoking, and then there is you allowed yourself to be provoked. Across the street, would you have lost your cool as much? Probably not. Yes, the kid put the bullhorn in his ear first, but the kid didn't touch him. The law goes by touch. That's the whole difference here. But what you're not picking up is they need this footage. They need these shots. This is what goes on in their reports that MAGA are terrorists. You don't understand it. You're giving them millions of dollars of publicity off of your actions because you put yourself there. Now, number one, you shouldn't have been there. What happens when you don't show up? Those guys show up to protest. There's nobody there to protest against, and they leave. They get fed up and leave. You're the fuel. You're the fuel. And that's even why I'm doing this. You've got to understand evil. Look, and I say this about Christianity and Islam. Christianity does not need Islam. Let me tell you why. Christianity, they're going to fight in their little factions of Baptist, Southern Baptist, Triple Baptist, Word of God Baptist, we're greater than you, the Patriot. You follow? It's already there. They don't need Islam. Islam, on the other hand, must have Christians and Jews. Because without it, they're nothing. There is no crusade against Christian and Jews. They're over. Get it? And so you have to understand these left protests are nothing without you. And so when you get up in your cosplay and your little, Molly jacket and flak jacket, whatever, and you put your little guns on and think you're like, oh, fucking fuck you up, kid. No, you're fucking America. And you're making us look fucking stupid. And your mind's so weak with your testosterone and ego, you can't think about what are you doing to your nation. You just think about that moment in time there. I'm gonna show these guys. No. Yeah, you're going to put a show on for those guys. It's going to be on the news, and they're going to fucking raise money off of it. And they're going to have all this footage of how conservatives attack people. That's what you need to think about. See, they orchestrate these things within the letter of the law. These people are highly freaking trained. They need you to snap. They need to stand their ground, which is their right, even if it's in the sidewalk. And when you push them out of the way and go through them, you broke the law. Because it's not a crime to stand in your way. They're told, plant your feet, don't move, never raise your arms. Why? They need you to use your cool and go through. Somebody says double A jazz garbage analogy, dis garbage analogy. I'm not quite sure what you're saying, but I'll tell you what, double bad jazz or whatever. Here, I'm going to give you the platform. Come on, turn on your camera, turn on your mic, and explain it to me. I'm not here to make an analogy. I'm explaining the law to you. I'm explaining the formula behind the scene. They train people to do this. The reason they can get away with they weren't attacking them is because the bullhorn, megahorn is a standard part of protesting. No, I was just exercising my right. Yeah, that kid kind of crossed the line a little, putting it in his ear. You got to understand the rules, and your emotions won't let you understand the rules, and that's what they're banking on. So if you think I have a bad analogy, come on double A jazz. Let's discuss it. I want to, you tell me what you see. But here's the difference. We're not slowing down. We're not slowing down to think about this. You know what we don't do? We don't train people. What I'm doing right now is training you not to react to this. But we don't do that. We don't do that. But the left is highly trained, highly organized. That's why they keep winning. But you got to understand, if you don't go there, because it doesn't matter, it ain't going to change fuck a duck. You going to that little protest with Antifa or whatever ain't going to fucking change. It's not even a fucking move a tick's pubic hair difference in the needle. It's just not going to do it. But you know what will? When you go there and you do get in their face thinking I'm my freedom, which you are, because you just made their day worth it. You just became the news story that hurts every one of us. Because, see, you don't understand. The news is always going to paint us bad. The news is always going to make us be the aggressors. Right? Where's MAGA? Don't understand what you're saying. Where's MAGA? What? Note. Hang on, let me see if I got it. Note, they are stirring the pot on social media, double daring us to the street fight. That's why you don't fight with them. You fight with knowledge. You fight with facts. Right? They need everybody wound up. That's the whole racket. I think when you finally see it, when you finally understand what it's designed to do, you know what you can do? You can be calm. Because you know you're smart enough to see their trap. That guy did not at all take into consideration they had embedded reporters with cameras. Haven't touched them yet. Guy's trying to duck. Okay. And that guy had a bullhorn too, but you see him stick his arm up and touch the kid? That's where it crosses the line. That's where it becomes contact. See him swinging at him? That is where it crosses the line. Now, yes, the kid touched them there, but the guy lost his cool. He has, and the kid's attacking him. But you got to have enough strength not to whop them out of your face. But he went too far and he punched him. Okay, now it becomes a free-for-all. But the reporter is the key. When you see those cameras and the people with the lenses, it's a news event they're creating. They need this and want this. This is what they'll be playing college students to show you how bad MAGA is. These guys get bonuses if they get hit. He'll walk up, he didn't do anything, but the guy whacked him. Hey, guys, he's going to get a $1,000 payday for that from these guys. You don't understand. You're earning their bonuses and commissions for them, and that's how it all works. So the question is, are we strong enough as humans to understand all of this is baiting us? And are we strong enough in who we are as Americans to know we're not going to fall for this liberal bullshit? We're not going to give them the media talking points they need. That's what I'm saying. We can debate this one video all damn day long, but if that one guy wasn't there, didn't put himself in that scenario, none of this would have happened. But that whole other side is designed to do it. And then you feed the media. And when they get these touch points, their media, CBS, ABC, MSNBC, they all fucking go nuts. I just want you to understand that. That's where we get caught in this trap, okay? Now, what it has to be, I'm going to show you another logical piece. You have to draw these people out. Only two things happen. You saw the one girl, fantastic reporter, she probably changed that kid's life. That's power. Now, the second power we have is to draw the evil out and get them to admit it. And we got it on camera. It's not a fight. Draw the evil out through questioning and dialogue, get them to admit it, and then we have something priceless. So watch another way that this is done where we win.
And BDSM outfits, making out, is currently available in your elementary schools. So is sexual imagery allowed or not?
By the way, this is a North Carolina school board talking to the superintendent of schools. Why do you have gay BDSM pictures in the kindergarten and elementary books? Listen to the superintendent's response and evaluation of what he's looking at.
And BDSM outfits, making out, is currently available in your elementary schools. So is sexual imagery allowed or not? Dr. Price, you're looking at the picture. You got the guys in the key outfits.
I'm not sure what I'm looking at.
You're not sure what you're looking at, but you're okay if you're kindergarten looking at. Is this your goal? Is this what you want kindergartens through fourth grade? I mean, is this the goal? Is this the curriculum? Is this the studies that you want Chapel Hill Cargo School is known for?
I don't understand what the challenge is. I see a pride flag, I see community, I see two couples who appear to be in a loving relationship. They're not breaking any laws, they're not hurting anyone. That's certainly something a child may see in their community. So I'm not sure, what the challenge is there.
Dr. Trice, children are being subjected to this bill. If this is a hill you want to die on, the Democrats want to die on, indoctrinating young children, I wish you the very best. You're on the wrong side of history.
Now, through questioning, through asking, explain it, the superintendent tries to justify something that's totally abhorrent, right? And gets exposed in the process. This is how we win. Now, I'm going to put a question to you. How many of you that are on this broadcast were following me as early, and you're right, that's fucking sick. But this is the way we win. We win exposing it. We win by sharing knowledge and being calm. We do not win by controversy. And when I mean attacks. Let me ask you a question. How many of you, put it in chat, how many of you followed me or have been following me since November or December of 2020? Put it in chat. If you have or you haven't. It's either yes or no. Yes or no. A lot of you have, right? A lot of you have. Now, in the waning weeks of December, I was issuing to you a warning. What was the warning I was issuing to you in the waning weeks of December 2020? I was screaming about it. In December of 2020. What was I telling you, warning you about in December of 2020? Don't go to DC. Give me the date. January 6th. I'm telling every one of you. And what did I tell you? DC is a trap. I told you. I told you it was coming. I told everyone, you can go back and audit me. I told you. DC's a trap. It's set up to make MAGA, patriots, and President Trump look bad. I do not care how much you love President Trump. Do not set foot in Washington, D.C. Do not set foot in Washington, D.C. It is a trap. I'm the only person that was telling you that. And I gave you weeks when all the media, I gave you weeks before it. And then I gave you, when it was really heating up, don't go. I do not care how much you support President Trump, support him from afar. But I told you it's a trap. It's going to be chaos, etc. Now, other podcasts, we got to go there. We got to show our force. We got to do this. Let me ask you a question. Now, right now, they have written into the history books, into school books and history, into plaques on Capitol Hill, that was an attempted coup. And you know it wasn't. Now, let me ask you a simple question. If not a single conservative, if not a single person that supported President Trump understood, right, it was a trap and didn't go, what would have happened? Nothing bad. It would have been only their operatives, only the agitators, all these FBI fakers, because they all don't know each other, trying to do it, right? What would have happened? Not a thing. Would Ashley Babbitt have gotten killed? No. Would they have footage? I stormed the Capitol! We stormed the Capitol! Would they have any of that? But what really did happen? People couldn't understand it was a trap. They went. Some dumbasses took guns. You fucking idiot. Do you understand how you trained history and you hurt every one of us? You hurt every child and grandchild to be born after that fact because you fucking decided you were Mr. Brave. You're going to wear your camo gear and you fucking took a gun and you got busted with a gun. It proved their point. You fucked history because you couldn't emotionally control yourself and assess the situation. And because you were there, and because you put on your fucking camo, I'm a badass motherfucker. We're going to storm the Capitol. You fucking proved their point. You fucking idiot. What you did is you took half of your fellow country and allowed them to be written into the fucking history books as an insurrection that didn't occur. That's all you accomplished. That's all you accomplished. And I think it's ironic, some of the conservatives there who were right in the middle of it, who even went in the Capitol, are now election integrity guys. And by the way, they never got in trouble. They never got arrested. But people they invited got arrested. Do you understand that? All of this is driven by media. All of this is driven by alarmism. All of this is driven by having to have chaos. That's what they created, and you fucking fell for it. Everybody that listened to Ray, we're going to the Capitol. We're going to the Capitol. Of course, there were people that said, Fed. But you didn't go in. They don't need you to go in if they got 20,000 people there. Fucking only need 50 to go in, and they're delivered. Don't you understand yet how this works? Don't you understand when they say that Antifa planned a protest at this? That's not messaging for Antifa. That's fucking messaging for you to get your ass down there so they can set it up. But if you're not there, they don't get what they need. And there is no news. And there is no news event. And this is what people don't understand. You know why people don't understand it? Because you get too emotional. Yes, it's hard to see this. It's hard to see this. But see, we're at the difference where we recognize our entire country is under a psychological warfare operation and the media has the upper hand. You have to concede that. The media has the upper hand. The media has the upper hand. I know you say hindsight is 2020, Peaches. Yeah, I was telling you before this, don't go. I told you exactly what was going to happen. You can go back and audit my programs. I told you for, a week and a half? Here's what's going to happen. I told you. It's one of the reasons they suppress me, because I understand what they're doing and what's in play. But here's the deal. Evil is fueled on fear. it's like Mordor, right? Right, or whatever that evil isle is in Lord of the Ring, and it's got to suck the burning fumes, right? It needs fear. It needs chaos. That's the fuel for the engine. The only end result of you getting in the middle of it is you create fuel for the beast. You willingly create fuel for the very beast you're fighting. See, we shouldn't be protesting. That's a leftist thing. You know what we should be doing? Calmly educating. We shouldn't listen to dumb fuck. We're going to get a rope. I'm build a guillotine. We're going to hang them all. That's treason. That's fueling the beast. The beast creates its own fuel. We should be calmly, we shouldn't be pushing back on lawmakers. What a fucking waste of time. Do you know how stupid that is? Where we have to push is on people to understand. And then nicely, through education and posting, create the leverage that pushes the lawmaker. But us call, yeah, you fucking cunt, you ass, that does nothing. It's fuel for the beast. And that's why this is psychological warfare. And that's why it's so dangerous. But it's nothing without us. It's nothing. It's nothing without us. Nothing without us. In fact, filming it from afar is enough. Let me give you an example. A library's having the trans cut off a weenie day reading in the library, right? We know it's happening. You decide to go into the library, right? And put a stop to it. Paint this scenario. Right? Right. Have you ever tried to argue with somebody that refuses to engage? You can't argue. See, we don't use the tools we have. So you got a library, you got kids in the library, and it's trans cut off your weenie day reading with a drag queen. You decide, well, I'm a patriot. I'm going to go break that up. Yeehaw, Pilgrim. What did you do? What did you do? Well, what you did is you gave the media, right? You gave the media talking points, media points to paint you and every other conservative bad. But who would, right? Who would benefit more? Who are the actual perpetrators? Who are the actual perpetrators? Put it in chat. In that scenario, okay, who were the perpetrators? Come on. Not the deep state, not the feds. There you go. We're finally getting there. You got it ready? In that little reading room library, the perpetrators were the teacher or teachers, the parents, the school. Who were the puppets that got used to make it into a media event? See if you get this one right. Who were the puppets that got used to make it a media event? Who were the puppets that got used? Yeah, there's the first one. The first puppet is the drag speaker. The drag reader is not the perpetrator because they get invited to speak. So the drag queen is not the perpetrator. They're a puppet. And then the person that walked in the room thinking they'll stop it, they're also the puppet. Because you know what you don't see? What do you see in the media? My fucking patriot, I'm American. Budge in the door, yell at the drag queen, shame everybody, and it becomes a news story. But you got to understand that drag queen was invited there. They're doing what they believe in. You never address who created the scenario. And the ones who created the scenario was the school, the teachers, or parents that actually willingly took their kids there. If it was voluntary, not forced by the school. So who really should be on tape talked about? Should be talking to the principal. How does this work? Why do we do this? Show me the educational value in it. Now, let's say it was parent driven and there's actual parents there. Hang on. Let's say there were 10 kids in the room. And parents took them there. And if you step back and you look at those parents, what would you probably learn about those parents? You're probably going to learn they were activists and they're extremely far left. And you're not going to fucking change their mind. And they put their kids there. The only reason it became a media point is because a conservative decided to parachute in. When the camera should really be turned to the parents, and you should have on tape the drag queen reading hour, precious little beautiful kids interviewing parents saying, hey, we want to interview. What do you think your kid learned today? Learned this and inclusion in this and inclusion in this and inclusion. And say, why do you think Trump wants to start this? And what would they be saying? Trump is hard, Trump is this. You would have caught it. You would have caught what it is. Parents sacrificing their children to the evil. That's really what it is. It's not a drag queen sitting there reading. The drag queen's all fucking titillated. I got invited to speak at a school. I'm Bethel. You follow? But see, the system banks on you never, ever, ever understanding how it works. Now, of course, they're executing a plan from the World Economic Foundation and other stuff to destroy America from within. It's all an operational plan. How do they sell it? They sell it, this is right, this is just, this is benevolent, you know, right side of history. And then there are paid people who actually get paid to play like they believe this shit because it's just so fucking rich. Now we found out with the Southern Poverty Law Center and all that money to pay the KKK, you actually find out that's where we all got introduced to Nick Fuentes, who got put there. And then you see him, hate the Jews, hate this, the blacks, get rid of them. And you find out he's paid by the Southern Poverty Center. You're finally starting to see it. But they have no fuel if we're not there. They have no fuel that's been there. It's all paid theatrics. You got DEI books in because they forced it. I told you how this works. BlackRock gets a very large controlling interest in Walmart. Walmart's the number one stock carried in retirement plans. Flint from BlackRock walks in to Doug McMillan, who's just left Walmart, and he says, you got to have a board member that is a African-American woman with a dick. Now, if Doug says, fuck that shit, here's what happens. BlackRock says, you're going to do it. Let me tell you why you're going to do it. Because if not, tomorrow we're going to issue a press release that we've decided to remove Walmart stock from our retirement portfolio. And we're not going to say why. Now, what will happen is the entire markets will panic. Will panic, thinking something's up with Walmart, and your stock will crash. By the way, we don't care. We'll just fucking buy more on the cheap. But we know about you. You'll get fucking canned. You won't make your bonus, and you'll go down as the guy in history that led Walmart to ruin. That's how it works. It's financial extortion. So this CEO does not want his company destroyed, but is a slave, regardless of what his values are. Because those companies have so much stock in them, they can make that happen. And that's how all of this happens. It's all financially driven. It's all extortion, legal extortion. And that's how it works. And that's a plan that comes on from high. And that's the fundamental change Obama told you about. These are the fundamental changes they put in place. You got to understand how this whole fucking system works. The system banks on you not understanding how it works. Then you got to understand what your actual rights are. It's all about your vote. You vote with your time. You vote with your dollars. When you take the time to watch a train wreck like Candace or Fuentes, you're voting for them. Even though you fucking hate them. But you have a need to, what kind of funky shit they saying today? What, Erica's an android? And you know it's bullshit. You're investing in them because you can't manage your shit. And because you can't manage your shit, and because you got to see the train wreck, you're selling every one of us who have the strength not to watch them down the fucking river. That's how it works. That's how it works. The system trades off your endorsement. When you follow somebody online who actually made up infiltrated an Antifa call, or somebody online that got, or Dr. Frank that got Tina and Peters, and I swear he's a Christian. You are endorsing them, even though when you look at the numbers and the facts, physical facts, you still follow them. They're using you to make them meaningful. All of these things, they use you to make them meaningful. Now, in this scenario where we are right now, why I'm covering this, is because now people see paydays. Now people see paydays. The first thing they see is paydays. So let's take a black, my precious child was just trying to drive down the street and this guy rear-ended him and my son got out to exchange information and insurance and this guy killed him. We're going to sue the city for $15 million. Let me play that again. Our beautiful son was just driving down the street, minding his own business, going to school, doing his schoolwork, getting ready for his job. Hell, he probably even had a church meeting that evening. And this white supremacist rammed him from behind. Our poor son just got out of the car to exchange insurance information and say, let's move over to the side of the road. And that motherfucking white supremacist shot and killed my precious baby. And we're suing the city. And we're especially suing the city because that guy was an off-duty police officer. And it proves the police does kill black men. Now, in this scenario, what should have been done, the footage was held back until it got to court. You shouldn't fight it out in the news. So let me show you that scenario where the parents were going to sue and their precious son just didn't do anything. And a guy ran him over from behind and shot him. You be the judge. There's the kid on the left. Start it again. You got the kid. Here it is. Precious kid. And here is the little arrow is his car.
Fuck are you doing?
You saw him wedge in. You saw him hit the truck, not the truck hit him. He's going to pull over. My son was just exchanging insurance information. He got out to exchange insurance information. That's all he did. Hey, man. Okay, well, let's go over here. Let's talk. That's fine. That's fine. Look, you hit me. Oh, I'm going to hit the guy. Oh, wait, I'm going to pull the gun and shoot the guy. So what you saw was the kid was the aggressor. Yes, there was a wreck. But what did the kid do when they're getting to the side? Was he exchanging insurance information? No. The kid pulls his hand out of the pocket with the gun and smacks the guy in the side of the face and then pretends he's going to shoot him. Now watch it again.
Fuck are you doing? Don't move. Walk and flee. Stay on the ground.
Now, in this scenario, the police did what was right. Don't let it be battled out in the media. Family went on parade, got their favorite chocolate colored attorney. It was racist, cops here to get it. Amazing. They dropped their case immediately. But let's analyze this. What we had was an aggressive kid. He was coming over in that lane or not. He wasn't going to slow down. And he just wedged his way in past the merge. He wasn't going to come in. If traffic was moving fine. He just wasn't going to accept it. So he hit the truck. They pull over. He gets out of his car, yelling and screaming, fuck man, fuck man. The guys just go into the side. And what's the kid do? Thinks he's a gangster. In his jacket is a gun. It's in his hand and smacks the guy up the side of the head. I think that kind of goes back to the parents, don't you? Do you understand? Could the guy have slowed and let him in? He could have, but he didn't have to. Could the guy in the truck, who is a police officer, see this guy whipping around people from behind, going in, driving over here to try to beat everybody around this? Yes. But what did the family see? The family saw an opportunity to sue for millions. Basically told this story of white officers killing innocent kids. I guess the kid didn't have a 5-year-old photo of him cutely smiling, or they would have used it on TV. But this is how it works. Now, diversity is about bringing in people. We're going to enhance our neighborhoods. We're bringing in diversity and everything else, right? Yeah. But what happens when you bring in people? This is New York City, New York area, that they come to your culture because they want to be in your culture. And then they get there, don't like your culture, and believe your culture should be obliterated, like this. Have you paid attention to our churches are being burned? Have you paid attention in school? You can't have prayer. You can't have anything Christian. Can't have a church. But then when it comes to Islam, it's forced on us. They're going to do the call to prayer. You're going to do whatever. You understand. That's the sign of an actual invasion. It's not illegal immigration. It's kill Christianity and it's invade. Now, what has happened in all of this is it's kind of turned everything kind of upside down.
Hey, baby.
I want to preface this one for a minute because I need just a little bit of preference. You're a dad. You're Black American. You've had a baby with another woman, but you're doing exactly the opposite of what Black dads have been doing. You're raising your son. You got a girlfriend. She's your hot, coochie, caramel-colored mama. But you're a dad. You live together. She knows you got a kid. I'm going to give you a warning sign. This is going to fucking piss you off. But this is another disease in the culture. You've got a Black American male who loves his precious son, who's breaking the mold. But watch his girlfriend and you decide this one's going to hurt.
Hey, baby. I'm so tired. What's up, Sai?
What's up?
What up, my boy?
I got this one.
You got Play-Doh?
Yeah.
Where's the rest of your Play-Doh?
Yeah.
What you eating on, baby? Popeyes? What he ate today?
I ate rice.
What do you mean? What he ate? You don't know what he ate?
Rice. You gave him rice before you left.
Just rice? Just the rice before Baby,
That's what you gave him.
What time is it?
10:49.
Baby, I went to work at 1 o'clock.
I know.
So what did he eat the rest of the day?
He just told you rice.
Say, what you ate?
I ate rice.
What? So where's this? You got him some food, right?
Got what? You some food?
Me and him.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No, I didn't.
So why are you sitting
You
here?
should make sure you got some. Actually, you were at work. When you left, you could have got some food, and you could have got some food.
What the? Hold on. I really hope you playing right now.
Chicken?
No, hold on. You ain't just go get food and not feed my son while I was at work this whole time. You ain't never just go do that. Don't ever tell me you just did that. Tell me you playing right now.
What? Playing about what?
So just because he's not your son mean you don't gotta feed him? You stepped up as a stepmother.
When you put it like that, makes a lot of sense.
Yo, hold on, wait, no. Call his mom. You know his mom is nowhere to be found.
That sounds like her problem.
Yo, I really hope you got that. That's his food at the bottom of that plate. Like, tell me you playing right now.
Those are the fries. They gave me extra fries.
Yo, bro, like, yo, I don't like.
If you want to get chicken, just say that.
I don't listen. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. I don't want none of that. My son ain't eat since 1 o'clock.
He did. He has milk and like.
Milk ain't gonna. He's a fucking 3-year-old kid.
Okay.
Milk is not gonna.
So where was your antennas?
At work.
Felt like he was okay.
At work, working for you and for us to pay these bills.
Let me talk. most responsible parents would leave their kids with some food. Like,
It's-
it's not my job to think, oh, hey,
It's food in the
maybe
microwave.
his kid is hungry,
It's food in the
let me give him
fridge.
some food. Huh?
It's food in the fridge. You could have made him some quick food.
Hence the Popeyes. If
And you
I'm
ain't get
hungry
him
myself,
no.
why am I
So
hungry for him?
you're not gonna buy food for yourself and not buy none for him.
I gave him a fry.
Sire, tell me this is a joke. You didn't eat nothing else but rice today? My son only had rice. Like,
How many times has he
all
been
right,
telling you
all
that?
right. Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Real spell. I don't like that. What you just did to me, bro, or my son. Real spell. I really feel like you should pack your shit and just go. Go. If you can't,
Go where?
out of my damn house that I'm paying bills in.
Did you forget my name's on this too?
Baby girl, you're not paying a damn dollar in here. I don't care what you're saying. I'm working my ass off thinking you.
If you want me to go, I'm not going nowhere. Over some fucking Popeyes.
Man, give me this, man. You rude. That's rude. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna throw it off the balcony because that was rude of you.
Oh, he's gonna be even more hungry.
Bet. I'm gonna help you pack your stuff too. This all your stuff right here. Come on.
Don't touch my stuff.
Come on. Nah, come on. Come pack your stuff. Come on. Here you go.
You put my stuff over the balcony. Your son going on the balcony.
Yeah, right. I'm just calling people's.
Don't know if that's 100% real. He filmed it, or if it's a setup, or he was just surprising his girl going to have video of his son. But these things happen. I grew up in a house and I can tell you firsthand, this stuff happens. I grew up in a house where I had an evil stepmother, 26 years older than my father. I would lie to kids at elementary school that was my grandmother bringing me to school the very few days that she did. She had grandkids that were our age and older. So I had nieces and nephews that were older than me. I never had pizza until I was probably 16 years old, 15 years old. We didn't go to burger joints or whatever, but when her grandkids came into town, she would have pizzas and sodas and all kinds of stuff like that. And then myself and my two sisters, we would have old turnips. And, you know, turnips get netty and you can't even eat them. We'd have old turnips. That's what we were allowed to eat versus we weren't allowed to have what they had because they were the grandkids. That's how. And so I'm just telling you, this kind of abuse happens. People like this do live out there. And people don't even know how to take or accept responsibilities anymore. And then they actually feel they're microaggressed. 2 more videos, but they actually feel they're microaggressed if somebody calls them out, like this little girl.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, you know, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day.
I just want to let you know, you're seeing the store manager, top left, she's talking about, and then pictures of herself. And this is her on social media complaining about it. She got shit to do.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, you know, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. she always panic when it's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. You know, nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So her, all that animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, then trying to tell me, I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, you know, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That shit is crazy. I'm telling you. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't.
Get a different job. You're right. Jan's right. I'd love to hear the other side. Well, let me share with you the other side a little bit. There's actually a little bit more to this story. The girl that you see complaining about her job, her name is Afeni, A-F-E-N-I, Afeni Muhammad is her name. Afeni Muhammad. The reason she called the manager racist in the first place is because the manager said, no ghetto stuff here at the store. Don't be talking ghetto. Don't do that. Don't thug out. Right? We gotta serve the customer differently. And this girl basically felt that was racist. I'm a baby, I'm a hair, baby, right? The mom, the manager's mom, has 6 kids working nonstop. 6 kids. And she said, you just can't do that stuff in the door. Now, I believe the mom was right. Afeni believed the manager was wrong. So after this video, she went home, got a steak knife, came back to the store, and butchered her manager. Dead.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in this store, you know, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when it's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. You know, nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So her, all that animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, then trying to tell me, I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no.
No, she doesn't snap on people. Don't disrespect me, bitch. So she went in and butchered her with a steak knife. Now, you may think this is a black thing. in a lot of these. I want to let you know it's not really a black thing. And yes, that little girl is Muslim. It's not a black thing. It's a mind poisoning thing. Yes, it can be harder on our fellow Black Americans because they've been told they're victims the whole time, when actually they've been used. I told you that a long time ago. But if you let this shit creep in your head, and that's all you listen to, and you accept the victim mentality, you play into the game that they're wanting. Somebody said the McRib was not available. Even though it's just lips and assholes, the McRib is the bomb. Anyway, and I haven't had one in years. Anyway, let me show you a different perspective on this.
So the same party that funded the KKK in 1865 just got caught funding the KKK in 2026. Tell me about the party switch again. While you're typing that out, it's important to point out that the KKK is a white supremacist organization whose goal is to suppress Black Americans and reverse Reconstruction policies, right? So it's almost as if the very party that incentivized parental absence in the home has rendered a large portion of our small population to be dependent on the government for the past 65 years are the same emperor, just in different clothes. But hey, I'm just a self-hating Black conservative, am I right?
Prime example, psychological warfare. It's all about where your mind is, what your mind believes, what you've been taught to believe, and can you reason for yourself? And with this suppression tactic, when you understand the only news that has gone on overseas is how bad America is. So people from overseas, America are colonizers, white people are colonizers, they conquered the world, they were the one that made your world shit. See, there's a little bit of a pushback here, but the media doesn't cover the pushback. So they're poisoning our children with this white supremacist, white colonizer shit. But what you never take into account is how CNN is what's broadcast to the world, and you know how bad CNN is. So the world has only heard we're oppressors. We're not worthy. Now you know why they flood those people in from other places. They've already been pre-primed that we're bad, we're evil. They know America's good. They see people making money. This is the flood into the UK from Obama's period, right, to just about 2024. Each little black dot represents 100 people. Here's where they came from flooding in to take over the UK, all flooding the European Union. Right? And so when you see over 12 million people flooding in, what you also have to realize is this is about the number that Biden's administration alone let in our country. And all of these people are pre-primed because what they see is American or colonizers, white supremacists, they were the slave trade and everything else. That's how they can bring in people ready to do their bidding, because that's all they see in their news over there. Once again, this is from Obama coming in through 2024 in the European Union. Each little black dot represents 100 people. It's about 13 plus million people. This is the equivalent that in the short window of Biden's administration that they allowed in just to the United States. That is why we all have to understand this psychological warfare. That is why you have to, it is incumbent. You slow down. You take it easy. You understand what's going on and understand you got to bring knowledge and facts to the world. You got to fight with facts and knowledge. Most people never understand the scale of the invasion until you see stuff like that. And by the way, that video is on my Telegram. I only have one Telegram. We fight with facts, truth, etc. We fight knowledgeably. We don't
get in. So the same party that funded the KKK in 18...
All right, we don't get in the streets. We don't hear that the dumb fucks are going to march, and so we're going to be there too. That is the opposite of what we should be doing. You shouldn't be yelling at y'all lawmakers. You should be training our fellow mankind. Here's the truth. Here's how it works. Because remember, at these marches and stuff, it's a setup embedded with media looking for that one MAGA or that one conservative that crosses the line, shit stirs up, and then we always get shown as the enemy. The beast lives off of fear and chaos. Don't feed the fuel. You do not have to be afraid of this. You have to be aware of this. And when you can step back and see those protesters and you see the cameras and stuff embedded, you know it's there to trap. Don't get pissed off about it. Remain calm and teach. Remain calm. And don't feed the beast. I love every one of you. Thank you for being here for this program.
You fight for free and fair elections, invent and scan the ballots of kinematic artifact detection. You love to read and learn, travel and explore. You're a fearless, braveheart patriot who's opened doors. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our warrior. You lead by God and always do what's right. In the battle for our nation, you lead the fight. We pray for your safety, the armor of God to protect you from all of us. Here's a thank you for all that you do. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our warrior. Jovan, you're a hero we stand behind. We're inspired by the fire inside your eyes. American proud, we know you'll fight till your dying day. And we'll always stand behind you through everything. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our warrior.